You have the power to read people's minds. Do you believe me? What if I told you that you can read your parents' minds? You actually can. You wanna know how I know? Because I just did it. Scientists have been studying mind-to-mind communication, or telepathy, since the 1880s.
Did you read my mind just now?
Just a long time ago. And even today, there are scientists with really heavy evidence to prove that it's real. Do you believe me? So, if I can really read my parents' minds, what do I need to do to level up my powers?
Gather round, meine curious little fledglings. Today we discuss the Ganzfeld Experiment. Ganzfeld. A German word meaning whole field. The idea comes from psychologist Wolfgang Metzger. He studied what happens when the brain is placed in a completely uniform sensory field. Here is how it works. You take a ping pong ball and cut it in half. Then you place the halves gently over the eyes and shine a red light on the face. You wear headphones playing white noise like static. All you see is red. All you hear is static. Test subjects often see and hear things anyway. Later, parapsychologist Charles Honorton wondered if this unique mental state could make telepathy easier. In the experiment, one person, the sender, looks at an image or short video. Another person, the receiver, rests in the Ganzfeld state and simply describes whatever impressions drift into the mind. Do the receiver's impressions match the sender's image? More often than chance would predict? The scientists have performed hundreds of Ganzfeld experiments. Using these experiments, you can calculate something called a p-value. This number tells you something about how unlikely the results are to occur simply by chance. The results: 2.13 times 10 to the minus 8. If everyone was only guessing, results that strong would occur only about 1 time in 47 million. So, with odds like that, you may be thinking we should fly to the Las Vegas and play the slot machines. One way to possibly enhance the Ganzfeld state would be to use a sensory deprivation float tank. The tank is filled with very salty water, so dense that the body floats effortlessly. And the water is warm to skin temperature, so you barely feel the boundary between body and water.
This is simply divine, isn't it?
You may even have seen something like this in the Netflix show Stranger Things, when Eleven floats in a kiddie water pool to remote view her friends and perhaps a Demogorgon guy, yeah?
Oh, now it's that one. Oh, shoot. One weird thing that happened when I was in the float tank, most of the time I have an inner monologue. So an inner monologue is like someone talking to me or I'm talking to myself, etc. But when I was in the float tank, I didn't have an inner monologue at all. The first thing I noticed was a lot of strange random things going through my mind.
Armadillo? Trojan horse? Trojan horse once again. I don't know. I feel that. I see a hamster singing.
I saw images that looked like shapes. I saw drawings and letters and numbers.
Like a star, but like a badly drawn star. Like a heart, but like a badly drawn one. 2 circles. A circle with holes in it, kind of like a button. A W. I see the number 8, but like an infinity sign of 8. I see a 7 and a cookie.
A lot of the time, what I was seeing did not match what my parents were looking at.
A box of McDonald's fries.
Huh?
But sometimes things matched in weird ways where they seemed to connect to what my parents were seeing, but in a symbolic way.
Witch hat. Very specifically witch hat. A T.
Sometimes what I saw did match, but not always at the same time. Sometimes I saw an image after what my parents were trying to send it.
The ocean. Like a taxi cab. A yellow taxi cab. I see gears.
And other times I saw it before they even looked at it.
Mountains. Like snowy mountains. A vial, like a science lab vial. Like a spider. I see a painting. I see an arrow, like a bow and arrow.
Some experiments into mental powers suggest people might have been able to sense things before they hit them. So, you have to wonder, was I receiving the message before it was even sent? Or was it just random chance? And then sometimes, in the moment, just as my parents were sending it, I got it.
Like a bubble column from Minecraft.
Oh man. Ow.
I see an eyeball. Yellow. Very strong yellow. Curvy, like a drawing with yellow curves on it. Sun, like a kid's drawing of like a sun rays, you know those lines, like colored lines, like red, blue.
So, what does this all mean? The first thing I would like to say is the tests they were doing are not scientific experiments. It was just something fun that my family was doing at home. Even so, the results that we got are really cool. We actually wanted to keep experimenting, but I had a skateboarding accident. I'll be going back in the tank for a while. My parents did remind me to wear elbow pads, but I wasn't wearing them, and I broke my elbow. It's a very important lesson to kids. One way to read your parents' minds is just to listen to them. No full tank required.
Theo, what are you doing?
Putting on my pads.
Why?
It's a skateboard.
Theo!
What? You don't think I should skateboard with a broken arm?
You read my mind.
Level up!
Observe closely. The confluence of these variables, illustrated here,